Hey folks, how you all doing? So today it's time for another silly hat. I haven't worn one for a while. This is a little frog hat that I've got. Yeah, I just thought I'd have a silly hat for a change. Anyone who's new to my channel will not know that I wear silly hats at times. That's part of the thing about my channel that people know. I'm called Mr. Hats, courtesy of Mike at PC31, the vinyl policeman. Started calling me Mr. Hats a while ago. That name sort of stuck with other people calling me that now. So if you're new to my channel, be prepared. There's going to be some silly hats worn, especially as we head towards the silly season at Christmas. So you can either leave now if you want a serious channel, or stick around if you want something humorous every now and then. Anyway, on Sunday the 15th, Lynne and I went to the Victoria Park Record and Compact Disc Fair. This only happens once or twice a year. I haven't been for a few years now, but I said to Lynne the week it's on this weekend, shall we go down there and see what we can find? So anyway, we managed to pick up a few records down there. But yeah, so Victoria Park is about a 20-mile drive from where we are. There's only a couple of record fairs in Perth in Western Australia, simply because of the lack of population, etc, etc. But they do record store day in a few of the independent stores. But yeah, you don't really get many record fairs or anything like that. You go to Sunday markets and car boot sales, etc, and flea markets, and you get the odd second-hand record, but not much. There's a couple of second-hand record shops around, but not many. Anyway, we thought we'd go to this record fair, see what we could pick up. My mistake was that I didn't make a list before I went. I knew what I would like to get, but Lloyd being Lloyd, oh yeah, I like that, I'll get that, oh I'll get that as well, oh yeah, I can grab that and grab that. And in the end I walked out with, as you can see, probably about 10 records, all of which I love, or really will appreciate over time anyway. But I didn't really get 2 or 3 that I really would have liked to have got, because I forgot about them at the time. Lynne wanted Songs from the Big Chair by Tears for Fears, but we never actually saw that, so she did have some sort of idea about what she was going to get. Anyway, picked up some of these. I'll go through these quickly with you. Picked up an original Greek pressing, Greek writings there. It's on the inner sleeve as well, of the Specials debut album, this Scar album, from the UK, one of the greatest debut albums of all time in my opinion. This album was produced by Elvis Costello. Chrissie Hynde does backing vocals on, I think it's just Nightclub, I think, the song Nightclub. It could be one, maybe 2 other songs as well, I could be wrong, but definitely on Nightclub. Just a great uplifting Scar album. So I've got a, as I said, I've got the Greek original pressing of that. Also managed to get a this is a reissue. My old Clash debut album is tattered, it's scratched, it's had 1 million plays, so it's just not what it was. But I managed to pick up a 2013 reissue, second hand, of that album. Again, one of the greatest debut albums ever in my opinion, so I picked that up. I picked up this one as well. This was $20. It's by a girl called Banoffee, and it's called Look at Us Now Dad. It was the cover that fascinated me to start with, and this plastic sleeve is designed for this record. This is all embossed on the actual plastic sleeve itself. I have a download card in there as well. So this is her debut album. She's an Australian artist. This is her first and only album released. This was released in 2020. This one was brand new actually. It was $20 from memory when I picked this one up. I've listened to one track which was the lead off single on YouTube, and she's got a bit of a, I would say, Billie Eilish crossed with Taylor Swift type vibe. I thought she would be a bit more out there. That album cover, but from that song alone, it's just a straightforward pop album, and I do actually like that song that I heard. It was called what was it? Count on You. That was the single. The back of the sleeve, she's chewing on a butterfly by the look of it. I was expecting sort of a female Marilyn Manson, sort of by the look of the cover and that. So anyway, managed to pick up that. That'll be an interesting listen. Picked up this as well. This is from, it's an original pressing. Can't think when this was. 1970, I think it was. So this is the Faces' first album. It's called First Step. As you can see, Rod Stewart is here, just here. This is the North American pressing, because they still call them the Small Faces. In the UK, the album's just got Faces written on there, because they were different, everyone knew that. But in the US, the Small Faces were a known band. The Faces would have to re-promote themselves to start with. So this is their debut album. It's actually a long album for back in the day. The running time's around 46 minutes from what Wikipedia said. So, but yeah, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of the Small Faces. I do love Rod Stewart as well, and I love what I've heard of the Faces. So this will be a great. This one was only $10 if you see the ticket there. So that's pretty good for a first pressing US issue of the Faces' First Step album. There was 3 albums here. I'll get these first. These were 3 for $10. Not them 3. Yes, they were. I'll do those 3 first. So I found another stall that had 3 for $10. So I picked up, if you could read my mind, Gordon Lightfoot. Great artist. He died not so long ago. Great folky artist, great storyteller. So picked that one up. Also picked up a 1978, I believe it is, release, Shakin' Stevens and the Sunsets, Rockin' On. This is obviously a couple of years before This Old House was released, and he hit the I guess the big time in Europe and Australia. So this is another album from my collection of Shakin' Stevens. Also picked up Hank Williams Jr. Live. As I said, these 3 were 3 for $10. I'll just show you this one anyway. The quality of the albums, it's really good quality. The other 2 are the same that I just showed as well, but didn't show the records. Great. I have albums obviously by Hank Williams, as in Hank Williams Sr., the original country guy. I also have 2 or 3 albums on CD by Hank III, who is Hank Williams' grandson, or Hank Jr.'s son, but I've never actually owned any Hank Williams Jr., so this will be good to hear a live album by him. Next up, we found this one. Lynne and I are huge Bee Gees fans. We found this Robin Gibb album. It's called How Old Are You, and it was released 1983. It's only $5, so I don't think you can really go wrong, and you certainly can't go wrong with anything associated with the Gibb brothers name, because it's just class, pure class. Hoping these songs are class. I've never heard a full album by a solo Gibb brother, so this will be interesting. So it's another good pickup. my copy of Sound Effects, which is my favourite Jam album, by the way. It's all tattered and torn and scratched because of a million plays, being such a good album. My original was actually the Australian pressing. This is an original UK pressing. This one wasn't cheap. Cost me $50, I think, but it is in really good condition. There's a couple of scratches on, well, a couple of creases on the cover, but so yeah, great Jam pickup there. So I'm glad, I think over time I will end up wearing this one out as well. Lynne's never actually heard this album. I keep saying to her, this is my favourite Jam album, this is my favourite Jam album, despite the fact that it's got Start on it. I'm not a big fan of Start. It's just a complete rip-off of Taxman, as we all know. Also picked up this one. This has gone missing over the years out of my collection, so I picked up another original UK pressing, All Mod Cons, my second favourite Jam album of all time. My original copy, I actually had Paul Weller sign it in 1984 when I went back to the UK. I took it back with me, hoping, just the cover, just hoping in the off chance I'd see Paul Weller touring, as in Style Counselling. Yeah, he did sign my one over here, but I've obviously lent that to someone over the years and it's gone missing. So good to have that one again. My McCartney 2 album has gone missing over the last few decades on vinyl, so I managed to get another one of that. As you can see, that was only $15, which isn't too bad. McCartney's albums are quite cheap actually here in Australia. I guess had he have died, it could be worth a lot more. So while he's alive, we may as well get what we can, right? And this has got the inner sleeve, just like the original Australian pressing did. I don't know what the UK pressing looked like, but there you are. It's the orange Parlophone label that we had here in Australia. Not sure what the UK had, but yeah, really good quality. So I can't wait to get this one out and annoy Lynne, simply because she cannot stand coming up. She detests that song with a passion. It's the voice in it, I think. It's just that putting his voice through the... Didn't he put his voice through a synthesizer or speed it up slightly or something? But anyway, it's not his natural voice on Coming Up, so she really hates that simply because of that bit higher pitched thing. But yeah, I'm so pleased to get that in good copy. I'm also not a big fan of Frank Sinatra, so Lynne was surprised when, this is the last one I'm showing anyway, when I actually picked up this was $10. The Sinatra Touch, you can see the 10 on, yeah, it was $10. It's 6 vinyl LPs. You can, I can get that out. I thought that was stuck inside. I'll get that out, that's fine. They're all really good looking. But yeah, you can pause that and look at the tracks. As I said, I'm not a big fan of Frank Sinatra. Big fan of Dean Martin, big fan of Sammy Davis Jr. and a few of the other crooners, but never really overly impressed with Sinatra. Lynne has a few of his albums, but I thought I'll get my own. I'll get a box set and I can decide whether I really like him or not. Anyway, folks, that's the purchases Lynne and I made, well, mainly me anyway, at the Victoria Park Leisure Life Centre record and CD fair on Sunday. So we'll have a lot of time to listen to these over the next couple of weeks. At the end of the month we'll obviously get the September purchases video up. There's actually a few purchases this month all up without even this record store day stuff. Sorry, record fair stuff. But anyway, guys, thanks for putting up with me again. Thanks for putting up with these stupid, silly hats again. And I've got to get back to some listening because I've got a hell of a lot of record listening to do. Anyway, guys, stay safe, take care. All for now. Catch you around, and bye, folks.